Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Galactic Civilizations 3, the Pragmatic Gifted playthrough. This is episode 5. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's turn 64. The colony rush is largely over with. Now we're just trying to gobble up the last of the resources and make sure we get influence starbases down near what I call the second tier, second level. It's all the planets with extreme colonization and atmospheric cleansing, and so we want to make sure we get our constructors down near those so that when other species do come along and colonize them, they flip to us. Label our precursor anomalies. So let's look what we have here. I am daring to use my mercenary ship, the H-12 Super with the 13th century engine, and explore a little bit more of the map, which I don't recommend doing because it just increases your odds of running into the more hostile races like the Drengen and the Snappy. But I wanted to see what was up with the little section of the map down there, and what we discovered was there's a planet down there that hasn't been colonized by anybody and a bunch of really awesome resources. So built a couple of ships and we're going to send them down here. The Balder shipyard is empty now. It creates some missile ships, but those require Illyrium. Some beam ships, or we go for the missile ships, so we're just going to have it crank out some cautious. We could go for treasure hunts. Those take 5 turns. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that. My government allows me to do this, and these will earn 250 points. So before it starts cranking out little ships to help keep our military score up, I want to crank out treasure hunts and see if we can earn some money to keep us out of the hole until tourism updates, because right now we're in the process of building all of the tourism buildings, and if we look at our civilization, tourism is now earning a little bit on 5 planets, so Alpha Centauri and Balder, because Balder got its port of call up, so that's cool. So we have 5 ports of call up now, and as our influence grows, we're going to earn some more money. This one right here, I think I meant for it to be, yep, this is going to be a economic ring. Xenoarchaeology Lab's already claimed. I've made economic rings, but I haven't added any of the modules yet because they cost money. So we've made a few already in this game, and I think economic rings are going to be critical to our success as we move along in the game here. The Galactic Organization for Dialogue has published its annual shame list of the most militant, heavily armed, and just disagreeable civilizations in the galaxy. Unknown Civilization 2, take a guess. I bet it's the Drengen. Kryn number 5. This is either going to be the Snappy or the Drengen, whoever ended up with the most space to colonize early on. Our government is insufficient, and we know that. We're working on it. Galactic governance is 5 turns away, and then we'll be able to flip over. And given that we know that, and I don't want to bump into the remaining races, I'm going to send this ship somewhere else. And what I'm going to do is send it up to Wolf to act as a big sensor to see incoming things. Okay, what do we have here? I want to put the preparedness center next to the starport, but this middle slot is being saved for a fusion power plant in the future, so I can't put it there, so I can't really put a preparedness center down yet. I could put it somewhere else, but I'd rather save the spot over here by itself for like an entertainment center, which in fact this one really needs to boost its approval, so we're going to put one down now. Now normally when I play Malevolent we have the intimidation center, but we don't have those, so we're going to have to make use of entertainment centers. We need to get this place happy because this has got a great spot for a city, and we're sitting on 17 foods, so we can make 4 cities as soon as we're able to. Another ridiculous trade. They want to give me extreme colonization. I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna give them those things that they want. Especially with money being an issue still for a few more turns. I would expect that money will stop being an issue for us around turn 75, maybe as soon as turn 70. We're losing money, and I know that, and that's okay. Alpha Centauri, how many ships? It's got 38 out of 60. I need to have this guy just start rally pointing into the Alpha Centauri shipyard. And in fact, I need to find my, where's my spotter? Oh, he's right there. Let's see if he can push Galactic Governance along a little bit. He can. That's good. Pretty soon we're going to be able to go after the precursor anomalies. This is going to be such a great production wheel here and a great spot with the city over here. So I'm going to go with the starport there and a preparedness center there, and we'll grab that food. Astarte shipyard is idle. It would take 6 for him to treasure hunt, so I'm going to crank out a couple of those. And as far as rank goes, military rank, we're number 1. That's kind of amazing. And that in the balance of power, that jumps us up to number 2 overall. That's really amazing. Wow. Interstellar governance and defense systems. So if I give him that and some money, he'll give me defense systems. Well, I can't give any money away yet. We're just not earning enough. We're down to a net weekly income of minus 15 though. From last episode, it was as high as in the 50s. Oh no, and there they are, the Snathy. The Snathy revenge. Bummer. Oh, and the Thalans gave us a gift. Terrestrial harvesting, I think is what it said. That's awesome. Okay, this is going to be great for research. In fact, this whole planet should probably just do research around this thing. But we're not there yet. I'm going to make this do an entertainment center right there, in fact. We're going to be really happy in a little bit. These 2 planets here, we want to make sure that we get them, so we're going to construct a starbase, which is going to be just a culture ring. And we'll add the further modules once we start making some real money. Down to 7. At 0.07, we're going to actually make a profit next turn, which is going to be great. And the galactic governance is done, and so we've just pulled that off, which is awesome. That's awesome. So for political focus, you can do any of these, but I don't worry about those yet. The plus 30 research, plus 30% research in 6 turns. That's pretty important. I'm going to choose that right now. I usually don't go for that because what I usually do now is move up to approval focus through Xeno Entertainment, but I think this could be huge in this game. I'm going to go with the research in 6 turns. And this is again another one of these really nice wheelies. So we're going to put that there and a preparedness center there. The consulate. Okay, so we got to find something like the embassy. Adds to tourism. It synergizes really well, so we'll want to put it there when the time comes. Trade offer. He wants Illyrium, an economic treaty, cultural influence, cultural exchange, open borders, and he'll give me terraforming and money. Wow. I actually think that's a pretty good deal for me. I'm going to accept that. And then I'm going to go up to diplomacy and check and just see. He is still neutral. They kind of don't like us. And the Snathy up here, unfriendly. We have opposing ideologies. Okay, so we're going to want to keep an eye on that. I'm going to have this guy. I'm going to have this guy grab this thing up here, and then he's going to go back to home base. And we're going to try to put together a fleet and see if it can take out a precursor anomaly with all these little cautious that I have. Our mutual trade continues to strengthen our relationship, and now we're in the black. Yes, we're Awesome. Earning money. If I have something big, I got an idea. There's how many ships there? Precursor anomaly. What are my logistics right now? My maximum logistics. Let's go with 16. That's not enough. I don't want to be sending out fleets until I have more than that. So we got to work on some logistics. This is going to be a great planet for us. We're going to be able. We got a city down now, and everybody's going to be in the city with the bonuses because we got the Artocarpus fruit right next to it. So that added +2. So this city is now leveled up to +7. Which means the population cap is +3, and at level 7 it's a +175% to that. So that's why now our population cap is 16. Our approval is going to be able to handle 5.8 and then nothing past that. So we're going to need to make some adjustments in the future to handle that. In the meantime, I need to start doing some terraforming. And of course the import-export center bounces really, it boosts port of call. So I gotta think about that. I think this is gonna be the center of the bigger wheel outside of the antimatter power plant. So I'm eventually gonna have to move that space elevator. But we want our first two pieces to surround the antimatter power plant for sure, because that thing at +5, you gotta take every advantage of that. This spot over here, we got an Epimetheus refinery. We need that for sure. And we need to get some research down over here. I need to research the research buildings, which makes me think, while we're at it, let's just go try free trade agreement 0. So that's not going to work. You got to be friendlier people. 0 -3. Free trade agreement with him will work. I don't want to do an exploration treaty with him because I don't want to run into the dungeon any sooner than I have to. So I'm going to go free trade agreement and see what I can get from him. Xeno experimentation, the galactic mainframe. I want that, and that he'll give that to me. Interstellar logistics, he'll give that to me. I don't want that specialization. I don't think defense systems would be great. Colonial engineering, he'll give me that. He'll give me weapon systems, defense systems, almost enough. How many credits would it take? We're in the black now, so I'm going to do a free trade agreement and some money, and I'm going to take all that stuff from him. And then she needs open borders, and she'll pay for them happily. Can't do a free trade agreement with him. We haven't known her long enough. We haven't known him long enough. They're a -1. We haven't known them long enough. Alright. So that means that the planet that I was on, Balder, now we can do this. We can start putting up these Xeno. And we want to save the center for something that adds like +3, which is like innovation complex, and unfortunately it takes a long time to get to the innovation complex. Their approval bumped up now to 83%, so they can deal with that a little easier. After we get those up, we should do some soil engineering right there. Alpha Centauri keeps spitting out. Okay, there's our Truncheon. I'm going to spit out some of those. Those are a custom ship. I've got 3 more erectors too. I'm going to spit out a couple of those because I want them to either grab any remaining resources that are left or set up for this. We can add some of this now. Starbase Factory. We got enough Durantium and a market. So let's start one by one. Let's start getting that stuff. Oh man, there's so many of these capsules up here, and we don't have any big research projects to use them on just yet. Also, we need to change our government over. So turns until change. Here we go. What do we have? The Galactic Empire, that's the one I really like. Soldiering and ship construction, plus 2 moves, plus 30 ship range. 24 people are allowed, 24 planets. I mean, it's the best that we have access to at this moment. So we're going to change the government to that. That boosts our morale up to 79, and we get this guy, the Enforcer. All constructions of planets it orbits. It even contains manufacturing and all construction of planets it orbits by 25%. I want to use that up here at Balder, because it has more to build. And that's one of those things, the Enforcer, you want to send it around and have it work on some of your core systems and boost their manufacturing. We have a new citizen. The Slin has declared war on the Thalian contingency. We have a new citizen. I'm going to go with a scientist again. I'm going to look at my planets here and see who's the most sciencey. Alpha Centauri is the most sciencey at 36.4, and then Titan at 7.8. The first research one we get to here are Wolf and Amiens. These are meant to be research planets. Wolf, which is kind of getting squeezed. We need to get some influence over here to save us, because they're clearly going media assimilation. I think if we look at the Taurians and look at their report, it says media assimilation. Yep. So they may be benevolent, but don't let them fool you. And Amiens, which is way up here, there would be a good research wheel here for them. So I'm going to do that, actually. I need this research. And then I want to do the planetary. So there'd be the hub of the wheel. And here's the slots around it. And so he's just going to go right there to Amiens and help them with their construction deal. So Wolf, this is an interesting situation. They got research here as well. So I'm going to put that one right there. It's a good center to move around. Planetary soil upgrade, go on that side. Soil engineering, since this gives a +2 bonus in its armor spice, we might as well do that. I'm going to put the armor spice harvester up in front of the soil engineer, and in fact in front of the planetary soil upgrade as well. Do terraforming after you have some armor spice, but we're going to have to get some help over here. What else do we have? Oh, this guy. Okay, so do we have any big research in it? Logistical optimization? No. Colonial. Xeno industry. Planetology's one turn away. Warfare, Xeno combat techniques. Governance. Technologist party. Cruise lines. Xeno entertainment, espionage, none of those things are taking a terribly long amount of time. Planetary invasion would be great, but we're not up that far. Interstellar specialization. There's just no space laboratories. Extreme colonization, 4 turns. Habitat improvement, 4 turns. I don't see anything that is just going to cause us to change our way, so let's just keep going technologist party and just gobble these things up. Waiting for all the other players to take their turn. Thalen and the Slin going to war at turn 72. We are going to try to stay well away from that. Starport, this is for Natalia, the little tiny one. We can't put a starport up because she's not sponsoring a shipyard, because all of our shipyards are sponsored by virtue that we have 3 shipyards and 16 planets. So it would be best if I'd hate to do that there. It really needs a city. It just isn't good enough to do a city yet. Let's do this then. Let's do some soil engineering and some terraforming. Get ourselves ready for some bigger stuff. They want to give us an exploration treaty and planetology, which I'd really like to have, but they want tourism in exchange, and that's not going to happen. But we can give them a free trade agreement. So we will do that, and we will take planetology, and we will take... I don't want that one. I want miniaturization, and then I can trade for this one. You never want to take a specialization until you have the specialization you want picked out first. So I'm going to try to take Xenocombat, and I might as well grab life support. And will he give me a Xanthium deposit? Yep. What else will he give me? Just a bunch of money then. That's great. So way down here is this planet we can grab. We can't grab all these goody resources because these goobers got there before us. But I'd kind of like to have that planet, and if it flips, it flips. Plus 10 pragmatic, minus 5 local approval. It's got a little bit of shipbuilding stuff here. So let's just have it build a shipyard first, and we'll go from there. I'm not so sure that this thing isn't going to be culture flipped, so we'll come down here. I'm gonna try to grab this approval relic because apparently they're not gonna take it, which seems surprising. Maybe it's out of reach for them. Greetings, Alpha Centauri. Oh, wonderful, we found the humans. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna construct a starbase. I'm gonna grab culture ring. I'm gonna grab the xenoarchaeology. I'm gonna put a culture forum on it. Gonna wait for money to be earned. Alpha Centauri is idle. We can go with the let's see. Armor spice would be nice. You really need that. And then here comes the research stuff. Oh, before we even do that, let's see what else we got. Nope, just the research. Okay. Research to shorten things up first for a little bit. And then another... Oh, and here's Kimberly's Refuge, man. We could turn this planet into a monster. But we'll save Kimberly's for somewhere else. And there comes the first chunk of cash back from one of our missions, so that's nice. Every time we get some money, that means that we can add to modules. Research is done. That's great. We're going to get a plus 30% bonus to research. There are pirates now, but that's really cool. We got our research. I need a bunch of stuff. We're doing all right with approval, so I'm not going to be too worried about getting up to easy to please. This is the last piece of approval research we need, and it's not that far away. But I also need to get busy with the engineering stuff as well. I'm going to go advanced logistics because you want to use the capsules on fleet logistics since they take so long. So I'm going to go with this. And I'm not going to use these capsules. I'm going to hope that nobody else gobbles them up and they stay there. And instead I'm going to come down here and grab these. And then hopefully by the time we're done researching logistical specialization in 5 turns, advanced logistics 3 turns, we'll be able to kick out some fleet to go do these precursor anomalies, and then we can start to use those capsules. So 20 pragmatic plus 25% sensor powers for all ships. Pirates are coming out. We have another ideology point. Now we can use it on the last one over there. Starbases no longer pay any maintenance cost. I'm gonna look in our report. Ship maintenance, star-based maintenance is only 39 right now, but you can see it. There's some for each one, and as the modules get installed, I think they have to do it. So we could, I think it might be worth it to grab that. Because our other choices are 25% penalty to approval if someone declares war on us. That's not that awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. We always want to save 1 point for neutral to use when we feel like we finally need it. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, let's go star-based maintenance. And that's going to boost us up for what we pay each turn civilization. So, yep, ship maintenance, star-based maintenance is off the list there now. It's not necessary. So that's kind of cool. 0 star-based maintenance, which means we can go even more star-base heavy than we were planning to do. It'd be kind of good. We're going to need these star bases to get our production up, because if you look at our production right now, production rank we're at 6, which is great for not having the malevolent line. This is actually pretty awesome. But and the Snathi have issued a statement of war against the Onyx Hive. So with enough star bases and enough modules, we should be able to get to first place in production without malevolent, which would be kind of awesome. Terror and resistance has changed to immediate assimilation as well. So here's fleet logistics now available to us, which means we want to use the capsules on that. And in the meantime, I want to do interstellar specialization because we want to trade. I want this support module mass one, so I'm going to grab that. I'm doing a few things. You can't have interstellar tourism, but we can talk about trades with anybody else. We need open borders with you. Oh. Open borders with you. Oh, we'll just have to give it. Free trade agreement with these guys. We haven't known them long enough. Free trade agreement with them? No. So what can they give us? Oh, biological warfare. That's my favorite specialization. Extreme colonization, hyperdrive specialization, improved life support. We're going to wait. We're going to wait until we get some of the specializations we want, and then we're going to make a big round of trading. We got more money in, which is awesome. So now it's time to start going through these. Yep, and grabbing these factories and markets and the mining bases. Just spend this money. We're in the black now, so spend it if you've got it. We've got enough Durantium to cover all this stuff. Alright, and a mining barracks, mining barracks, mining barracks. We're down to 238. And we've gone around, so the only ones left are the culture ones to do. Ooh, that sound, the music shifted there when we were in the lower part of the map where our new planet was, and that makes me think that the Drengen are close by. Maybe they're down here in the southern portion of this map, because that's sometimes what that music means. Get Astoria down here, see what's going on. Yeah, and the culture there is helping, that's nice. Alright, so he's close enough now that we're going to start doing this stuff, the research capsule game. Oh, and he only got 3 points for that, but he gets and he doesn't get it for that, so we're going to move back up here. He doesn't get the 15% bonus for any of that. Oh, and here's another precursor anomaly. Those are the things we want to go after, and we want to have some kind of fleet together that can start going after them right now. Research. Let's go for the other specialization here that we need, orbital specialization. I like storage maximization, and that's why I don't trade for improved logistics from other people when they're offering it. So we'll do that, storage maximization. And then this needs to be the end of this episode. Time is caught up with this. So I'm going to save the game here on turn 78. My big thing I wanted to have happen this turn was to get out of negative and into the black on our ledger, and we have. So we've done that. So, end of episode 5. As always, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. If you leave a question, I promise to answer it. And I will see you all next time on episode 6. Thank you for watching. Let's play.